Let's talk about another aspect of our differences, conflict. How we manage and respond to conflict. When it comes to conflict, when I'm offended or hurt or you hit my ego or anything like that, I don't naturally want to talk about it immediately. So I'm that person who would shrink into my shell, try to process things. In this case now, I'm the one who delays the process of reconciliation because I want to process it. I want to think through it so that when I'm having a conversation, I am articulate. Because I found out that most times if I am in that state, I really know what to say. It's not like I don't want to talk, but at that point, I really know what to say. Nothing is coming out. So it's important to process it, process my feelings, so that when I'm talking, I don't have a feeling that can hurt the other person in terms of when I'm expressing myself. So I tend to shrink. But for her, she's that person who wants to talk about it now, immediately. Let's talk about it. Let's trash it, And how has these differences, the difference between how we respond to conflict or deal or manage conflict, how has it been over the years? And how have we improved, because it's not the same, compared to at the beginning of our marriage and now.
One thing, before I answer that, one thing I really love about this conversation is that I'm sure that people who are listening can see themselves in what we're saying, because I have found that we're not alone in the things that we go, even in our differences. There are many marriages that have such similar, I'm sure someone is listening and be like, that's me, and then the wife is like, that's me, or the husband, vice versa. So this is something that people experience in marriages. And the amazing thing about, the institution of marriage and what it does is that it helps you grow. And it helps you be better. Because two is better than one. So if it's not helping you grow, if you're not growing, you're not doing it right. So even in the difference that we talked about before, there is growth, on your part, because we are rubbing off on each other. There's growth on my part. I don't take so much time, processing or thinking. I don't delay as much as I used to. You also don't run as quickly as you used to. So we're rubbing off on each other, and we're that rubbing off is actually helping us be better versions of ourselves, which I believe is what God intended. So in terms of conflict, what you said is what it's been. And the challenge with that, with what you described, is for a woman who is emotional, and I'm not saying that all women are that way, but for, a higher percentage of women.
In some cases, it's the opposite.
Yes. So for a woman who is emotional, or for the spouse who is emotional and who wants to be the one to talk about it, who are deeply emotional.
What do you mean by that? Am I not deeply emotional?
You are. You are, but we're just on different levels of it. But you are, of course.
The more emotional person.
Yes. So that's why I said, maybe I should reframe or rephrase. For the spouse who wants to talk about it right away. And why I said emotional is because for the person who wants to talk about it right away, if you don't have that opportunity to do so, you are in a turmoil. You are in an emotional turmoil because your mind is just reeling and moving in so many different directions. You are thinking and wondering. It's like I have nothing from you to hold on to in that period of silence. And so my mind just goes off on its own, wondering what it is that you're thinking, how it is that you're feeling, wondering if it's over. That's like the extreme. So it's not a healthy place to be, right? And so over the years, it's like, how do we deal? We keep coming to that place of how do we deal with this? I want us to talk about it right away. You want to take some time off, but it still all of this still brings me back to the subject of listening and communicating, because guess what? The more we communicated about that difference, because we would eventually deal with the issue that brought the conflict, but then we will now continue that conversation with, okay, how do we do this differently next time? We always ended each conflict conversation with, how do we do this differently? How do we do this better? How do we help each other? After dealing with because like I said, that turmoil is also not healthy, because by the time you come back, I have gone to a place that before it will take, you are processing just one thing. I have processed 1,000 things. So when you come back, you are coming back to address that one thing. And in my head, I'm like, okay, what about this? What about this? What about this? What about this? So it's like I said, it's really not healthy. So how we have grown from that is by listening and communicating with one another. So listening to you talk about why you need time to process brings me to a place where it's like, okay, for example, when you say, if I don't think and process this, if I respond to you right away, I won't even be responding, I will be reacting, and I will hurt your feelings even more. So would you not rather I take some time to think about this, so that when I come back, I am addressing the issue, I have thought it through, I have thought about your perspective, I thought about my perspective, and then we can have a wholesome conversation. For me, for you also understanding that this is where my mind goes to when you leave me in silence. That helped you also understand that if you're going to, go away and take some time. When I say go away, like maybe just stay in silence. We're still in the same room, but you are away from me, or even go to like another room in the house. It's like knowing that this is what it does something to my mind. So I say to you, tell me, I need 10 minutes, or I need 15 minutes, or I need that. Just that statement of, okay, I have heard all that you've said, but I need some time. Just give me a few minutes and I'll be right back. Something that simple has so much impact, has tremendous impact for me, because it puts me in a place of peace. As opposed to, we finish that argument, the tensions are high, and you just are silent and I'm sitting there waiting, or you just walk into another room and I have nothing from you. So it's compromise. When I'm not insisting at this point. I'm no longer insisting that you must talk now. And you're offering me some things like, hold on to this while I go and process my feelings. Hold on to the fact that I have heard everything that you've said, and I understand. I'm just going to take some time to think about it. It seems simple, but it is simple. But sometimes it can be hard, like for someone who is not used to doing that. But that is like the simplest but smallest thing that you can offer the other, your spouse. Just that word of, I have heard you. That reassurance. I still love you. Whatever it is, even if at that moment you can't hold them, but you can say something, because sometimes our emotions get built up and we just want to disconnect. We just don't want to connect. But finding that strength to connect, and all of that comes by communicating. Communicating with one another, having that conversation about how to manage. And so we are now in a place where, even if we have fewer conflicts now, and that's what that does. Over the years, don't just address the issue that comes up. Keep addressing how you even manage the conflict in itself, what you both do to help one another. Compromise, understand that we're both still in this together. No matter what has happened, I still love you. We still love one another. And so I'm going to make allowances for you. You're going to make allowances for me. I'm going to be considerate of you. You're going to be considerate of me. And then,
that's really very important. We've grown in terms of how we handle conflict. The first few years of our marriage, it's as if it was the same issue, the same cycle. You want to talk, I don't want to talk, and then we had to find a middle ground to say, okay, don't spend so much time trying to process all of this because my mind is racing. Let me know 10 minutes, 15 minutes. And the rule is I who need the time would be the one to come back to say, okay, I'm ready to talk. So you don't wait for the other person who is already waiting for you and ready to talk to be the one to come to say, are you ready? No, but be that person who, when you say 10 minutes, 15 minutes, even 30 minutes, they can go and do something else, distract themselves while you're processing, and then be the person to come back to say, okay, I'm ready now, let's talk, because you want to have a wholesome conversation and you want to be very objective, about the conversation that you're having. There are lots of differences, but because we don't want this video to be too long, we're going to stop here. But then there are also some very interesting differences that we have.
I know where you're going.
They're very funny, At the beginning of our marriage, the way that I used to scrape butter out, from the butter cup is different from the way she does. For me, I just dig in anywhere without direction.
You dig and scoop.
I just scoop and take the butter. But for her, she's prim and proper. She takes it, in a very nice way. For toothpaste, I just press it from anywhere. She is the one who goes from under, moves it all up, So there are differences, that we have. At the beginning, it wasn't exactly funny for her, but me, I don't care. So you would have differences because you are two unique individuals, different personalities. Your upbringings may have contributed to it. Your temperament may contribute to it. Several things, your perspective to life and all of that. But the most important thing is to understand that you're on the same team.
Yeah.
And because you're on the same team, it's important to take advantage of this uniqueness, and make your relationship better.
Yeah, absolutely. And when it comes to differences, choose your battles. It's not every difference that you must make a fuss about or argue about or talk about. For example, choose your battles. These things that you mentioned, we never, I've heard of people having like major issues because of a toothpaste tube. For us, it was something that we would laugh about. I would go into the bathroom and see the toothpaste and just and push it up. But I'm not going to come and tell you, oh, you pushed the toothpaste up, I would see the butter, and before I take mine, I will rearrange the surface.
We're done. And I'll come and scatter it again.
Exactly. So it's me not, no matter how many times you scatter, I just chose for myself to say, this is not something that I'm going to, make an issue out of. There are other things to deal with. So choose your battles when it comes to differences. These are things that you should laugh about. Understand that this is this person. This is not a big deal for me. Even if it's something that, because for some people it irritates them to, so it's still choosing your battle. For you, who it irritates, it might be a point of growth for you to say, I am not going to let this irritate me anymore. What I'm going to do instead is every time I see it, I'm going to think of, I love this man. This is just a quirk of his. And I love him quirks and all.
Why is your own not a quirk?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So he too, anytime he goes there and he sees that the butter is arranged, he doesn't even think about it. But if he was going to think about it, he said, this is just a quirk of my wife. And I love her anyway.
Sometimes,
so those are...
Sometimes we
choose your battles when it comes to differences.
We think that we are the ones who are right.
Yes.
Because we are used to it. But we're just different. There's nothing wrong with...
But that butter one, I'm right.
Well. That one concerns you. Sometimes, when it comes to these differences, no one is... It's just who we are. This person is not right. This person is not wrong. It's just the differences and the way we see life and the way we see things. You are seeing 6, I'm seeing 9, but it doesn't make it wrong. So we will round up here. And I hope that, you know, you've been able to pick something
Yeah.
out of this conversation.
Yeah.
You're not alone.
Yeah.
We are all different people.
Yes.
And I know that there are also other areas of differences. It could be the way you pray, the way you read your Bible. Some people they shout, some people pray silently. It could be money. You are the one who likes to spend. Let's spend it and let's give it out. The other person wants to save it. So there are lots of differences that we have in different areas of our lives. The most important thing is that try to meet at the middle, try to compromise, try to see that these differences, that there's nothing wrong. It's just ensure that you complement each other and you get the best out of these differences to improve your marriage and make your relationship better.
That's it.
Awesome. All right. Thank you guys for watching this. And we will see you in the next video.
Yes.
If this has added value to your knowledge and you think it's something you can apply in your relationship, kindly do that and also share with your friends. And don't forget to subscribe because that would help you get notifications whenever there's a new video. All right, guys, take care of yourselves and bye.
Bye.